Friends, I need you to hear me very carefully today. Not as a casual message, not as idle speculation, but as an urgent, life-altering warning. In the spirit realm, nothing happens by accident. Every event, every encounter, every subtle sign carries meaning. Some are blessings, yes, but many are warnings. And right now, countless believers, faithful men and women of God, are under relentless spiritual attack because they are blind to the signals God has placed before them. Today, I'm revealing something most churches and ministers avoid speaking about openly. I'm going to show you the smells, yes, the smells that are not merely unpleasant or strange. They are spiritual alarms. Each one is a red flag, a direct message from God, signaling that dark forces are attempting to infiltrate your life, your home, and even your family's safety. You see, in the unseen world, there is no randomness. Every step, every move you make, every crack in your spiritual armor is meticulously observed. Those who operate in witchcraft and occult practices are not amateurs. They are meticulous strategists. They study the spiritual realm like scientists dissecting a body, looking for weak points, vulnerable areas, the tiniest crack where their influence can enter and wreak havoc. And what you detect in your physical senses, that strange smell, that sudden discomfort, that inexplicable heaviness, is never a coincidence. It's a spiritual signal. God allows you to perceive it so that you can respond before the enemy takes permanent hold. Friends, hear this. In the spirit realm, you are either fully shielded under God's protection or dangerously exposed to demonic influence. That odd smell in your house you dismiss as imagination or coincidence. Spiritually, it could be a direct attack on your peace, your position, your joy, and your family. Remember Ephesians 6 verse 11. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. Every gap in your armor is an invitation. Every ignored warning is a doorway. And the enemy is patient. He does not strike blindly. He leaves behind signs that God allows you to detect, if only you have eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart attuned to discernment. So prepare yourself, because today I will expose the 10 smells that signify intense spiritual warfare. This knowledge isn't optional. It is essential for survival. These smells aren't coincidences. They are divine warnings. And the enemy is strategic. Very strategic. Let's start with the most infamous of all, sulfur. If you've ever smelled sulfur, that sharp, rotten egg odor, that unmistakable scent of burning matches, listen closely. This smell is not merely unpleasant. It is a spiritual alarm. In the occult, sulfur is a primary ingredient in rituals designed to curse, torment, and bind believers. When you smell sulfur in your home or workplace, seemingly from nowhere, do not dismiss it as imagination. That is exactly what the enemy wants you to do, to normalize spiritual warfare, to glamorize your ignorance. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Some of you are literally smelling the very odor of spiritual captivity. Witches and practitioners chant over substances, infuse them with spirits, and assign demonic entities because they understand a principle many believers overlook. Smells carry spiritual frequencies. When sulfur is present, it becomes a doorway. Fear, confusion, torment, and oppression can enter. Your home, your mind, and your spirit become a battlefield without you even realizing it. The enemy's goal is clear: to destabilize you, to erode your spiritual authority, and to plant seeds of fear that will take root and grow silently. The second smell is decay. The stink of rotting garbage, meat, or something sour and fetid with no physical source. Spiritually, decay is directly connected with death. The presence of this odor signals death spirits attempting to attach themselves to your life. These are not physical deaths necessarily, but spiritual and emotional deadness, depression, confusion, and stagnation. Imagine someone spiritually burying you while you remain oblivious. In occult practice, enemies may bury items, figurines, or personal objects in cemeteries to represent control or death over your life. The smell of decay is God's divine warning. You are being targeted. The enemy loves when you dismiss these signs as coincidence. While you do, spiritual decay spreads, heavier oppression sets in, and your spiritual sensitivity diminishes. The third smell is burnt hair or fabric with no explanation. This is often linked to effigies, puppet magic, or rituals where someone symbolically attacks your very identity. When you detect this odor, it is not random. Someone is attempting to burn away your divine purpose, your protection, your spiritual covering. The enemy's strategy here is surgical. While you are distracted, forces of darkness are attempting to incinerate your confidence, faith, and authority. Recognize it for what it is, a direct spiritual assault. The fourth smell is the fragrance of candles burning when none are lit. You might think it is imagination or residual scent, but in spiritual terms, this is serious. Candles are often used in rituals where someone places your name, image, or personal items to bind you spiritually. This phantom candle smell signals that your spiritual authority is being systematically dismantled while you remain unaware. Satan does not strike openly. He disguises his strategies as harmless sensations while conducting coordinated spiritual sabotage. The fifth smell is the stench of feces, especially if you don't have pets. This may sound disgusting, but spiritually, it is a tactic of curse and degradation. Someone may have symbolically bottled you with excrement to bring stagnation, calamity, and misfortune. While you are busy masking the smell with air fresheners, spiritual forces are at work to reduce your life, blessings, and destiny to waste. Just as the Israelites marked their doorposts with blood for protection, this foul odor is a spiritual signature signaling demonic infiltration. The sixth smell is ammonia or urine with no explanation. This is not a cleaning accident. It is the signature of domination spells. Someone is attempting to control you, manipulate your choices, and override your will. This odor is a spiritual marker, similar to how animals claim territory. If you smell this, invisible chains are being wrapped around your mind and spirit. Difficulty making decisions, unusual compliance with toxic people, and a sense of spiritual heaviness are all manifestations of this attack. The seventh smell is vinegar appearing inexplicably. This is evidence of sour jar curses. Enemies may place your name, photo, or personal items in vinegar, speaking curses over your life. The effects are systematic. Good experiences turn sour, finances decline, relationships deteriorate, and spiritual peace disappears. This is not bad luck. This is deliberate spiritual acid, designed to corrode your blessings. The eighth smell is moldy or damp odors without a physical source. Spiritually, this is negative energy festering, like unseen black mold, multiplying and consuming your spiritual environment. This smell is a warning that demonic influence is establishing itself in your home, your relationships, and your life. Heavy spiritual lethargy, difficulty praying, and weakening spiritual sensitivity are signs of this subtle yet destructive infiltration. The ninth smell is unexplained fragrances, perfumes or body odor not from anyone in your household. This is often associated with love-binding rituals, where someone attempts to create an unhealthy spiritual and emotional attachment. Sudden obsessive thoughts, unexplained attraction to toxic people, or unusual dreams about someone may indicate that invisible cords are being wrapped around your soul. Recognize this as a spiritual violation and act immediately. Friends, in the spirit realm, nothing is random. These smells are divine alarms, warning you of targeted spiritual warfare. The enemy wants you blind, passive, and unaware while he dismantles your blessings and authority. You cannot ignore these signs. Establish consistent spiritual cleansing, weekly spiritual baths, active prayer altars, protective rituals, and regular discernment exercises. Use salt, charcoal, herbs, and visualization to cleanse and fortify your home. Confront the source spiritually, send it back through Christ's authority, and close the doors of entry permanently. The wisest believers do not wait for full attack. They are proactive, They recognize signals and respond immediately, fortifying themselves against every strategy of darkness. Friends, stay vigilant, stay strong, and above all, stay powerful. The spiritual realm is active, intelligent, and relentless. But with God's discernment, you can see, you can act, and you can remain unshakable.